The galaxy was quiet. For 50 years, no wars, no big fights. Aliens from many planets had one rule now: don't cross humanity, but nobody knew why. No one talked about it. It was like a dark secret. Some said humans were gone. Some said humans were hiding. Some said humans never left. But one thing was always clear: never attack humans. Never break the rule. Zarian was a young alien captain. He was proud, he was brave. He didn't believe in old stories. Humans, they're weak, he laughed. We are strong now. The stories are fake. We'll show the galaxy that humans can. Be defeated, his friends warned him. Captain, don't do this. You will bring death. But Zarian didn't listen. One day, Zarian found a small human cargo ship near the edge of his space. It was slow. It had no weapons. It looked like an easy target. Perfect. Zarian smiled. Let's attack. Let's break the rule. His ship fired lasers. The human ship didn't fight back. It just stopped moving. Zarian laughed. This is it. This is humanity. Where's their power? Where's their army? But then the human ship sent one small message. You crossed the line. We are coming. That's all. No other words, no angry voice, just those 5 words. Zarian felt cold inside. His crew looked at him. Captain, what does it mean? It means nothing. Zarian said quickly. They are bluffing. Humans are gone. They are just trying to scare us. But something was wrong. Zarian's ship scanned for human warships. Nothing. They searched. The star maps? Nothing. They listened for human radio signals. Silence. For 3 days, nothing happened. Then, strange things started. Zarian's friend, Commander Zarn, went to visit his home planet. When Zarian called him later, there was no answer. He sent a fast ship to check the planet. The ship found nothing. The planet was gone, not destroyed. Not broken, just gone, like it was never there. The next day, another one of Zarian's supply bases disappeared. No fight, no warning, no smoke. Zarian started to feel afraid. Who is doing this? He asked. Where are the humans? Where is their fleet? No one knew. Every day, more of Zarian's people disappeared. Ships, planets, outposts all gone. His friends were gone. His allies were gone. His empire was shrinking. This is not a war, his science officer whispered. This is something else. Zarian shouted, Find the humans. Them. His soldiers searched, but there were no human armies. No ships, no soldiers, no weapons. Only silence. But that silence was loud. It was dangerous. The last message from another captain made Zarian freeze. The message said, They don't come with guns. Don't come with fire. They just take. Zarian realized this was the reason everyone feared humans. They didn't fight like others. They didn't send big fleets. They didn't give second chances. They just erased you. One mistake, one attack, one broken rule, and then nothing. Zarian's hands shook. I didn't know this would happen, but it was too late. His home world was next. His people screamed for help. But no one could stop what was coming. Zarian sent a desperate message to the humans. Please, I'm sorry. Please stop. No reply. Only the same message repeated. You crossed the line. We are coming. Zarian sat in silence. His ship floated alone in dark space. His crew was gone. His empire was gone. The warning was real, and now they were coming for him. Zarian's ship was quiet. His crew was gone. His empire was gone. Only he was left. He kept hearing the message again and again. You crossed the line. We are coming. But no one came. There were no human ships. There were no human soldiers. There were no human voices. Only silence. Zarian thought maybe they had stopped. Maybe they were done. But then the shadows came. One morning, Zarian checked. His star map. His planet markers were disappearing one by one. How can this happen? He whispered there were no battles, no fire, no smoke. Just empty space where planets used to be. He sent fast ships to check. The ships never returned. He sent messages to his old friends on other planets. No answer. It was like they were never. There his science officer showed him the screen. Look, Captain, it's not a weapon. It's not an army. It's like the planets never existed. Zarian's hands became cold. What does that mean? Where did they go? The science officers. The face was pale. It's like they were erased from time. Zarian's heart beat faster. But how? Humans don't have this power. The officer whispered. Maybe they do. Zarian shouted. Find them. Find the humans now. His soldiers scanned deep space. They searched every signal. Nothing. The humans were not there. But their shadows were everywhere. Zarian's ship started, losing power. The lights flickered. His food storage disappeared. His backup engines were gone. One by one, his ship was falling apart. Are we under attack? Zarian shouted, but no one could see the enemy. No ships, no lasers, no sounds, the officer said. But everything is vanishing. Crew was afraid. Captain, we must run. We must go to the core worlds. They are safe. Zarian agreed. Yes, let's go to the core. Let's find help. They jumped into warp space, but when they arrived, the core worlds were gone. All of them. Empty space. Nothing left. This is impossible, Zarian whispered. The computer showed old maps. The core worlds were supposed to be there, but now it was just dark, cold space. Where is everyone? Zarian asked. The ship computer answered, Error. No data. Zarian's crew stared at him. Captain, are we next? Zarian's voice shook. No, they wouldn't. We can fix this. We can. Deep inside, Zarian knew. There was no fixing. This was the price for crossing humanity. Suddenly Zarian received a message. It was from an old alien, a traveler. The old alien said, Captain Zarian, I know what is happening to you. I have seen it before, Zarian answered quickly. Tell me, how can I stop this? What is this power? The old alien sighed. You can't stop it. No one can. It is the silent punishment. What is that? Zarian asked. The old alien said, Long ago, many races tried to destroy humans. They all failed. The humans never forgot. They made one rule. Don't cross them. Zarian shouted, But we don't see them. They don't fight. Where are their armies? The old alien said in a soft, cold voice. You don't see them. We don't hear them. But when you cross them, you will vanish. That is the human way. Zarian's hand shook. But I didn't know. I didn't mean this, the old alien replied. It doesn't matter. They gave the warning. God, you didn't. Listen. The old alien cut the call. Zarian's ship was alone again. More parts of his ship started disappearing. His crew was running in fear. Zarian sat in the command chair, cold and shaking. He whispered to himself, They are not coming. They are already here in the shadows. And the message played one more time. You crossed the line. They're coming. Zarian sat in his dark ship. His crew was gone. His empire was gone. His hope was gone. Only the cold silence stayed with him. The message repeated in his head. You crossed the line. We are coming. No one was coming. There were no human ships. No weapons, no voice, only shadows. Only vanishing worlds. Zarian needed answers. He traveled to the edge of the galaxy, to a place called the Black Library. Their old secrets were kept, forgotten histories, lost wars. Things no one wanted to remember. Zarian found an ancient alien, an old traveler named Vecker. Vecker had lived for hundreds of years. Zarian asked him, What is happening to me? What are humans? Why does everyone fear them? Vecker looked at him with tired eyes. So, you broke the rule. Yes, but I didn't know. No one told me why the rule is so important, Zarian said. Vecker sighed. Because we are not allowed to tell. Long ago, the galaxy tried to erase humanity. All the great races joined. They built the largest armies. They attacked Earth. They thought it would be easy. Zarian leaned forward. And did they win? shook his head. No, they failed. They didn't know the truth. What truth? Vecker whispered. Humans don't fight like us. They don't just use ships. They don't just use guns. They use something else. Zarian frowned. What is it? What do they use? Vecker's voice dropped. They call it the Ghost Fleet. Ships that are not alive. Ships that are not dead. Ships that move in the shadows. It's called Nothing Can Stop Them. Zarian's hands became cold. I haven't seen any ships, Vecker said. You don't see them? You don't hear them. But you feel them when your worlds start to vanish. Zarian's heart was heavy. But why doesn't anyone talk about this war? Vecker looked around carefully. Asterisk, asterisk, because humans made a deal. They said, we will leave you alone. We will. Not rule, we will not control. But if you attack us, we will erase you. And they did. Zarian whispered, erase like me. Vecker nodded. Yes. One by one, your people, your worlds, your life. Gone, Zarian asked. How many have? They erased. Vecker looked sad. Many, but no one remembers. Because when the Ghost Fleet comes, it doesn't just destroy, it removes you from history. Zarian was shaking. But why me? Why did I get this punishment? Vecker said softly, you broke the rule, even if you didn't know. Even if you didn't mean to, it doesn't matter to them. They warned everyone. The rule is simple. Don't cross humanity. Zarian's mind raced. Can I run? Can I hide? Vecker shook his head. No, you cannot run from shadows. The more you run, the faster they find you. Zarian begged. Is there any way to stop them? Can I speak to them? Vecker sighed. Maybe, but only if they allow it. Sometimes they give one chance. Only one. Zarian stood up quickly. Then I must find them. I must ask for mercy. Vecker looked deep into Zarian's eyes. Be careful. The humans don't speak like us. They don't think like us. Their mercy is not always mercy. Zarian turned to leave. I will try. I have no other choice. As Zarian walked back to his ship, the shadows seemed closer. His sensors showed more missing worlds. His maps were turning black. His ship's screen flashed. The message came again. You crossed the line. We are coming. Zarian sat in his chair and whispered, No, you are already here. He looked out into the dark space. I will find you, humans. I will beg if I must. But I will not vanish like this. But deep inside, Zarian knew. The forgotten war was not truly forgotten. It was waiting. It had always been waiting. Zarian's ship floated in dark space. The star maps were almost empty now. His people were gone. His empire was gone. Only a few ships remained, broken and weak. The Ghost Fleet was not seen. But its shadow was everywhere. Every day, more planets vanished. Every day, Zarian's ships disappeared. And every day, the message came again. You crossed the line. We are coming. Zarian was desperate. His last science officer called him. Captain, we found something. An old signal.
Nice.
It's from another alien who once fought humans.
Syrians.
Heart jumped. Play it now. It was a log. A final message. The voice was dry and full of fear. The log said, If you are hearing this, it means you crossed them too. I was like you. I didn't believe the stories. I thought humans were weak. Zarian leaned closer. The log continued, But they are not weak. They don't fight with big armies. They don't fight with loud guns. They fight with silence.
Iwa.
Don't see their ships. You don't hear their guns. But you will feel their revenge. The voice paused, shaking. One by one, my people vanished. My cities disappeared, my history gone, like we never existed. The voice became softer. The humans don't just kill you. They erase you. They erase your memory, your name. Past. They erase you from the universe. Zarian felt cold inside. This was exactly what was happening to him. The log continued. I begged them to stop. I sent messages. I cried. But they didn't answer. And they never answered. They only send the warning. You crossed the line. We are coming. Zarian's hand shook. There must be a way to stop this. The log ended with a final word. If you ever hear their voice, Run. If you ever hear silence, you are already too late. Zarian's screen went black. The log was over. His science officer spoke. Captain, it's happening again. Another one of our last colonies has vanished. Zarian's voice cracked. There must be a way to contact them. I must talk to them, science officer said. Captain, we found a signal. It's coming from a hidden place. A human base. Zarian's eyes widened. Set course. Take us there now. The ship jumped to the hidden system. The human base was old, cold, and dark. It looked empty. No lights. No sound. No defense. Zarian landed his ship and walked inside. There were broken walls, dead machines, and old computers. But the computers still had power. One file was still working. It was called the Ghost Fleet Protocol. Zarian opened the file. Cold human voice spoke. This is the Ghost Fleet. If you hear this, you cross the line. You are marked. There is no escape. There is no battle. There is only the end. Zarian shouted. Please, I didn't know. I didn't mean to cross you. Please answer me. No answer. The message just played again. You crossed the line. We are coming. Zarian's crew called him. Captain, our last ships have vanished. We are alone now. Zarian fell to his knees. There must be a way. I can fix this. Can. Say sorry? The base lights turned red. Screen flashed. Final phase beginning. Zarian's ship sensors showed strange signals. Those fleet ships were coming. Silent, dark, unstoppable. Zarian shouted to his crew, get back to the ship. Prepare to run. But the ghost fleet was faster. His crew started vanishing, one by one. No fire, no blood. It's gone. Zarian barely made it back to his ship. He jumped to another system. But the ghost fleet followed. Always behind him. Always. Silent. I must find a way to talk to them, he whispered. I must find their leader. I must beg. I have no other choice. The message played again. You crossed the line. We are coming. But now Zarian knew. They were not coming. We're already here. Zarian's ship ran through deep space. His crew was gone. His people were gone. Only he was left now, alone, afraid, running. But no matter how far he ran, the message always followed. You crossed the line. You're coming. Zarian didn't. Nowhere to go. His maps were almost empty. His empire was gone. Only black space remained. But then one signal appeared. It was weak, old, almost forgotten. It came from another human base. Zarian's heart beat faster. This is my chance. I will find them. I will beg them to stop. He followed the signal to a hidden system. There he found the base. It was floating near a dead star. Cold, silent, empty. Zarian landed his ship and stepped inside. The base looked broken, full of dust and dead machines. But something strange happened. When Zarian walked deeper, the lights turned on. The machines started to wake up. A soft voice spoke. Welcome. You have entered Ghost Fleet Command. Zarian shouted, Please. I didn't know. I didn't mean to cross you. Please stop. But the voice didn't answer him. Instead, screens lit up showing thousands of dark ships, the Ghost Fleet. They had no windows. No lights. They were black like space itself. No sound, no heat, no life. They were moving. The voice spoke again. The Ghost Fleet has been activated. You crossed the line. Final stage begins. Zarian's legs felt weak. He screamed, Please, listen to me. I surrender. I am sorry. For the first time, the voice changed. It was human, calm, cold. You can surrender. You can beg. But the Ghost Fleet will not stop. They follow only one rule. Zarian asked quickly, What rule? Tell me. The voice said, They follow the last order of humanity. Erase all who... Cross the line, Zarian shouted, but I want peace. I will never attack again. The voice was silent for a moment. Then it said, We don't need to destroy you. Say one word. Surrender. Oh. And we vanish. Zarian's eyes lit up. Really? If I surrender, you will stop. The voice said, Yes, but your people, your history, your name will still be gone. You will be alone, forever. That is the price. Zarian's heart broke. If he surrendered, he would live, but his world would remain erased. If he refused, he would vanish completely. He looked at the screen. The ghost fleet was getting closer. His ship sensors screamed, warning, contact in 1 hour. Zarian's hand shook. What kind of choice is this? He whispered. Live alone or die. Completely. The voice repeated. Say it. Surrender or continue. Zarian fell to his knees. Is this what humans call mercy? He asked. The voice answered, no. This is what humans call punishment. Zarian's eyes filled with tears. I didn't know. Didn't understand. I thought humans were weak. Voice said many thought the same. All vanished. Zarian's ship sensors showed the ghost fleet was very near now. His time was running out. Will you give me more time? He begged. The voice said. Time is already finished. Zarian closed his eyes. I need to think. I need to decide.
As the ghost fleet stopped moving.
They were waiting for his answer. The voice spoke again. Say the word, surrender, and we will leave you in silence. But silence was now Zarian's greatest fear. To be left alone in a dead galaxy, with nothing, no people, no home, no history. The price of breaking the rule was not just death. It was being forgotten forever. Zarian stood up slowly. Is there really no other way? He asked one last time. The voice said, there is only the rule. There is only the ghost fleet. The message played again. You crossed the line. We are coming. But Zarian knew now. They were already here. They had always been here. Zarian stood in his dark ship. His hands were cold. His heart was heavy. The ghost fleet was waiting. Silent. Still. Deadly. The human voice spoke again. Say the word, surrender, and we vanish. Zarian wanted to survive, but to surrender meant to live alone, with nothing. If I surrender, he asked, will you bring back my people? The voice replied. No, the erasure is final. They are gone. Forever. Zarian's face twisted in pain. Then what do I live for? The voice was calm. You will live to remember the rule. You will live as a warning. Zarian shouted. Why give me this choice? Why not just finish me? The voice answered, because we are not monsters. We are humanity. We give one chance. Zarian's ship. Sensors beeped. His ghost fleet was still there, close watching. Silent. Zarian felt trapped. If I run, you will follow. Yes, the voice said. If I fight, I will lose. Yes, if I stay silent, you will erase me. Yes. Zarian's legs became weak. His breathing became fast. What if I never say the word? Will you wait forever? The voice said, we have waited before, and we can wait again. But every second you lose more. Every second, your name fades. Soon, even you will forget who you were. Zarian looked at his shaking hands. He thought about his home, his family, his empire. It's all gone. The price of one mistake. I didn't know, he whispered. No one told me what would happen, the voice said. The rule was enough. Every race knows the rule. Don't cross humanity. Zarian clenched his fists. His pride was burning. If I surrender, you win. If I run, you follow. If I fight, I lose. The voice said, yes, that is the truth. Zarian felt anger in his chest. He was a warrior. He had always fought. But now, what was left to fight for? The voice spoke again. You have 1 minute. Say the word or face. Complete erasure. Zarian's ship lights flickered. The ghost fleet was moving again. His mind was racing. What should I choose? Death or empty life? He screamed into the silent ship. This is not fair. You hide. You don't fight like others. The voice calmly replied. We fight to end wars, not to play them. Our silence is our strength. Zarian's chest tightened. His time was almost over. The voice spoke one last time. Say it. Surrender. Stared at the dark screen. He saw his reflection. Alone. Weak. Lost. He whispered to himself. If I surrender, I live. But I will be nothing. He raised his hand, ready to speak. But then, he dropped his hand. His eyes were filled with fire. No, I will not surrender. I will not live as nothing. The ship's alarm screamed. Contact in 30 seconds. Zarian stood tall. Come then, erase me, but I will face you. I will not beg. The ghost fleet closed in. The voice paused for a moment. Then it said, You made your choice. Goodbye. Ghost fleet moved fast. The ship began to shake. The walls cracked. The lights died. Zarian's body turned cold. His voice was steady. Let them remember me as the one who didn't surrender. Everything went black. For a long time, there was silence. Then, somewhere far away, a human command AI recorded one final note. Target refused surrender. Erasure complete. Another message appeared on the Ghost Fleet's screen. The line is clear. The rule remains. The Ghost Fleet turned and vanished into deep space, leaving nothing behind. But the message stayed. Ready for the next one? Who would forget the rule? You crossed the line. We are coming. Zarian's ship flew through dark space. His heart was beating fast. His crew was gone. His friends were gone. His empire was dust. But Zarian was still alive. He had refused to surrender. He had refused to beg. The Ghost Fleet was still chasing him, silent, cold, unstoppable. His ship's alarm screamed. Warning, Ghost Fleet closing in. Zarian shouted, Keep jumping. Don't stop. His ship's engines burned hot as he jumped from system to system, running from the shadows. But no matter where he went, the Ghost Fleet followed. He hid behind dead stars. He ran through asteroid belts. He entered black holes and came out on the other side. But they were always there. It's always silent. It's always waiting. The same message followed him. You crossed the line. We are coming. Zarian's ship was falling apart. His food was almost gone. His fuel was almost gone, but Zarian would not give up. I will not surrender, he whispered to himself. I will not vanish without a fight. Then he heard a new voice. It came from an old human signal. A quiet voice, calm, serious. You can still choose. Surrender, and the Ghost Fleet will leave you in silence. Zarian laughed. I've made my choice. I would rather die than live as nothing, the voice said. You have been running for a long time. Why keep going? Zarian shouted. Because I want them to remember me. I want them to remember the one who did not surrender, the human voice said. You are not remembered. You are being erased. Zarian's hand shook. He checked his ship. Logs. His name was missing. His home world was missing. His people's history was gone. Even his ship's computer didn't know his name. Era. Identity not found, Zarian screamed. No. I am Zarian. I am the last of my kind. The human voice said, You are a ghost now. It's running from shadows. Zarian's ship sensors showed the Ghost Fleet was closer.
Okay.
Almost touching him now. His engines could no longer keep running. His ship was breaking, but Zarian did not stop. He sent a final message to the universe. If anyone hears this, remember. Me, my name is Zarian. I will not surrender. I'll not be forgotten. His ship's power died. He was floating in space. Cold. Alone. The Ghost Fleet surrounded him. Silent. Still. Unstoppable. The human voice returned. This is your final moment. Say the word, surrender, and we will vanish. Zarian whispered, No. Voice paused. Why do you keep fighting? There's nothing left. Zarian's voice was weak, but strong inside. I am the one who refused you. The human voice became quiet. Perhaps you will be remembered. Perhaps not, but you will vanish now. The Ghost Fleet closed in. Zarian closed his eyes. He accepted his end. But then, nothing happened. The Ghost Fleet suddenly stopped his ships. Screen flashed. Command AI decision. Exception granted. The human voice said, You are the first to stand until the very end. The first to refuse even when all was lost. Zarian's eyes opened. Does that mean you will spare me? The voice said, No, but you will not be forgotten. The Ghost Fleet turned and vanished. Zarian's ship was still broken. His people were still gone. But his name returned on his ship's screen. Captain Zarian. His message was sent to the far stars, the one who refused to surrender. The ghost fleet left him alone. No more chasing, no more messages. But Zarian knew he was alive. But the galaxy was now a quiet, dark place. No home, no family, no friends. He had won the right to be remembered, but he had lost everything else. Far away, the human Ghost Fleet Command saved his name in a secret file. Subject, Zarian. Status, exception. Rule remains. The next time someone crossed humanity, the message would still be the same. You crossed the line. We are coming. But now there would be a new story. The story of Zarian, the one who refused to surrender. Zarian's ship drifted alone in cold space. No stars, no planets, no sounds. His people were gone. His empire was gone. But his name remained. He was the first to stand until the very end. He was the first who refused to surrender. The Ghost Fleet had left him. No more chasing, no more messages, only silence. Zarian looked at the dark screen in front of him. His name was still there, Captain Zarian. His voice was soft, but strong. I have nothing, but I still exist. I still remember who I am. Far away, deep inside human space, the Ghost Fleet Command recorded his story. One human AI wrote, Subject Zarian. Exception granted. Case closed. Rule remains. The humans didn't forget him. They didn't forgive him either. Zarian had won a strange victory. He was not erased, but he was left alone. Forever, he floated in space, with no fuel, no food, no way back. His ship was dying, but he was alive, and the rule was still clear. Never cross humanity. The galaxy slowly began to speak of him. Aliens whispered his name. Some feared him, some respected him, some called him the last one, but the rule never changed. The human warning still played across the stars. You crossed the line. We are coming. New captains heard the story of Zarian. Some said he was brave. Some said he was foolish, but all agreed the price was too high. The old fear of humanity grew stronger again. No one dared to attack them. The humans had no armies in the open, no ships on patrol, no flags, no leaders, but the Ghost Fleet was. Always there, silent, hidden, waiting, watching. The rule was simple. The rule was final. Don't cross humanity. Some young alien captains didn't believe the stories. They said the humans are gone. They are weak now. But their elders always warned them. Remember Zarian? Remember the one who refused to surrender? Even he could not win. In the dark, Zarian's ship continued to float. His body grew weak. His ship's power faded. But his name lived on. He smiled one last time. They didn't erase me. They will. Remember me. His eyes slowly closed. His ship's log recorded his final words. The rule remains. Far away, the Ghost Fleet Command stored his log forever. It would be played to the next one who dared to break the rule. You crossed the line. We are coming. But now, the message had one more line. Remember Zarian. The one who stood. The one who refused. The one who paid the price. The Ghost Fleet returned to the shadows, waiting for the next mistake. Waiting for the next fool. The universe turned, silent and cold. But the rule never changed. There's only one rule left. In the universe, don't cross humanity. The end.